Here, ready. Come here. Good girl. Same road again from yesterday, all natural. Once again, you have to follow rules, people. Always. Right, left. Looks like we are good. Yesterday, I talked about, making your dreams happen, and how ever since my breakup, I started to actually, work towards my goals, and how the universe kind of just like opened for me, and eventually the way has been showing itself to me. So that's something I really totally believe in and stuff. Sorry, just looking both ways. But yeah, like I was saying, that's something I really believe. And basically because it's so true, like ever since a kid, I knew I wanted to do big stuff. I just didn't realize how I was gonna get there. And then I realized that a lot of people, the people I follow, entrepreneurs and stuff, people that are rich, they all done something crazy. And it's all because they've all been through tough times and stuff. And I don't know, a lot of them didn't go to school, or they did and they dropped out, things like that. But basically, I realized that I had to do something unusual. And that unusuality was me not going to school and doing something out of the agenda, which was, starting my YouTube channel, posting motivational, inspirational videos on YouTube and all that. Well, not on YouTube, but on Instagram. And that's been something very unusual that I would not have done if I didn't get my breakup. And that's where I believe that everything happens for a reason, because in a way it kind of does. Because once I went through that breakup, I had to do something, and I had to realize that she's gone, and now I want to start my business and do something with my life. But anyways, besides all that, just to get you guys back on track from yesterday, I want to let you guys know that this book I read, and I talked about it yesterday actually, it was The Alchemist. The reason I say The Alchemist is really important is because it made me realize life is it's like everything written out, it's like everything is written out for you already. And because when I read it, well, the funny thing is I wasn't even supposed to read. For those of you that know me, I don't like reading. I really don't. But yet, I had to do it. And, well, I had to do it for AP. I said it yesterday, it was for a class, and it was during summer. So, I finished my, what was it? No, it wasn't for summer, it was actually for winter break. And it was, what, my junior year? I believe it was my junior year. We are good to go. Okay. But it was my junior year, and I wasn't just normal English, just normal 11th grade English. And that class was easy. It was for the fuck ups, I'm not even gonna lie. Everyone that was there was loud, never did anything. And junior year was my good year. I did everything as it should have been, and it was the teacher asked a question, I answered it, and I did a good job. I really did. And basically, we had a test at the end of the semester or something like that. And me and this other kid did really good. We did really good to the point where the teacher asked us if we wanted to move from normal English to AP, to the high advanced, the advanced placement class for English. So AP Lit, which is pretty much 12th grade English, I guess, Whew. And, well, I said, hell yeah, this thing's easy, and I was pretty much trying to do good in my junior year, to be able to get good grades and all that. which I did, and even she told us that that never happens. Someone that, here I gotta take a little break, but someone doesn't usually go from, what would you say, yeah, just from normal English to advanced placement, especially in a semester. Like, that just never happens. And basically, we did it. And they gave us the book, and we had to read a book, which I was like, oh great, you know, we had to read during our break. But you know what I expect, it's 12th grade English, it's AP. So the book was The Alchemist. You know, I didn't know it was important or anything like that. I just found it kind of interesting. But I found it interesting because I read it and it had a deep message to it. I'm not gonna tell you the whole book. Well, maybe I should. Actually, yeah, I should. Here, give me a sec. The reason I was debating if I should tell you about the book or not is because, believe it or not, it kind of hurts holding the phone like that and skateboarding. Well, longboarding, whatever you call it. So it's tiring. But I just sat down, got some shade. I'm in a alley, and I thought I'd tell you guys. So yeah, this is pretty cool, honestly. I could just stop and tell you guys something real quick, but I need to get some water. Oh, now that's some good stuff. Okay, so basically, by the way, water's really good for you. There's a deep thing you can do with water. There's proof that your thoughts control water, but that's for another time. The Alchemist. Where should I start? It's about this shepherd. I forgot his name. I believe he's in Spain. He has this dream. The book begins with him staying like in a abandoned church thing or something. I don't know, I forgot. But basically, he stays somewhere. That's where the book begins. He has this dream where he like goes to the pyramids or something like that in Egypt, and he finds gold or something like that. And that's where it begins. He goes to a gypsy. Pretty much they talk about omens. You know, like how butterflies show up in his way, and supposedly that means they're good. It's a good omen, a good sign. That, and pretty much he starts his journey. He doesn't have the money, he doesn't have anything. He only has a sheep, and I believe he sold most of his sheep, if not all of them, to go somewhere. And I don't know, it's a really good book. I actually have to read it again because he like sells what he has. He meets this dude. He meets like a prince too, I believe, something like that. But he doesn't believe him, and he tells him something that he should do or something like that. And then from there he like goes to this place. He works there for a while. I believe it's like making glass or something like that, and he stays there. He doesn't just keep going on his journey. He actually stays there and decides to make money or something like that, and stays there for like a year or two, something like that. And then he continues, or something happened, and then from there he has to go throughout his journey again, and he meets like this group of people, and then like a caravan or something like that. And basically they take him to this dude as like an alchemist or something like that. Basically an alchemist, what an alchemist is like someone that could turn lead to gold. So I don't know if it's metaphorically, I believe in the book it's real, I don't know. But, and I believe like eventually the alchemist could like speak to you. I don't know, it's been a minute guys, but I'm just telling you the concept. During that trip, you know, he had so much to do, but he just kept going. Like he didn't lose vision of where he was going at. Like he just imagined the gold. Well, him going to the pyramids and getting gold. You know, moral of the story, during that caravan trip and meeting alchemy or something like that. Oh, he also meets this dude that's like Englishly smart and stuff. Oh, here's a car coming. Woo! Anyways, he also meets this English dude that's like really smart and stuff, but I think he's the one that introduces him to alchemy. And yeah, and like he doesn't believe or something like that. I don't know, but he does that, and then like during that time that he meets them, he meets this chick that he really likes. I believe he eventually falls for her, and he has to go, I guess. He can't take her with him, but he did tell her, you know, I'll be back for you. And he kept going. You know, moral of the story, he went to the pyramids. He found a sign or something like that. I don't know if it said dig or, and he did, but he didn't find anything. I think he got beat up once he got there. Yeah, once he got to the pyramids, I believe he got beat up. And I'm not exactly sure what happens, but after that, you know, he goes back to where he started or something like that. I believe, yeah, like literally to where he started. To the book. Sorry guys, I don't know if I should, well, I'm spoiling the book anyways, so if you guys, I'm sorry, if you guys read it, you'll get a deeper understanding of it, but now you get a good understanding of it at least. You at least know what's it about and stuff. And but basically he goes back to where he started, like literally where the book started, which was like that abandoned church or something like that. And that's where the treasure was. But yeah, basically his treasure was already where he started, but on the way he learned a lot of things and something like that. He found the love of his life, he found what he wanted to do, I believe, and he found himself, which I thought was pretty cool. Jeez, my lips are chapped, sorry guys, but that happened, and that got to me. Like, even though it was just like an AP lit book, it really got to me, and it got me thinking like, wow, you know, like what if that's true? We just go through our life, keep our goal in mind, and eventually something will have to come up. It'll have to come up, something like that. So I do believe there's a deep meaning behind that book. Like you know, I just read it because I had to in AP Lit. But Russ, the rapper, he read it. He mentions it in an interview, and Will Smith also mentions it. You know, that I read this book, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, and you know, when I heard that, I was like, whoa, you know, like that's funny. For me, like I wasn't even supposed to go from normal English to AP Lit, but I did, and that caused me to read The Alchemist. A book that, out of any book, caused me to develop this mindset that whatever happens in life is going to be for the better, and it'll all turn out at the end. And knowing that Will Smith, Russ, and who knows who else have read this book, I believe I'm on the same track. You know, like, you put two and two together, doesn't that make sense? I think it does anyways. But that's what I believe. You know, that's my understanding of life. Like, everything happens for a reason, and things happen that you could get something out of them. But anyways, that's what I want to talk about today, about the book and why you should read it. It'll help you develop this mindset. It'll help a lot, trust me. Also recommend this book. It's called The Science, no, that's not it, that's a different book. Oh yeah, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, which is another great book that I've heard a lot of people talk about, and I've read it. I have it on my phone actually. It's been a minute though. I read it, and you know, a lot of famous people have read it, successful, like some of the most, basically it's a book that the most successful, like this dude interviewed the most successful people in the world, and he made a book out of it, I guess. So it's pretty powerful. And that book was presented to me out of nowhere. You know, I found it before I even knew about success, you know, motivation and thoughts becoming reality. Before all that, I was just like in a math class, and we had math tutors, because our class sucked. Like our school sucked at math and a lot of stuff. Let's just put it that way. I'll probably show you a tour one day, maybe, no promises, but we sucked at a lot of things, and math was one of them, which is really important in school academics. And we had math tutors, and the math tutors, I guess we were Finnish or something like that, and one of them, it was a chick. She presented me, well, I guess, I don't know what we got talking about. I think I told her about what I wanted to do, and then, or what she was telling me what she was doing and wanted to do, and eventually she said she read, and that I should read, you know, this book. It's called Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. And I was like, okay, you know, I'll read it. I don't read. I didn't like reading. I hated reading. I still don't like reading, but man, that's the only way to learn, people. That is the only way to learn. You're getting another person's brain and you're understanding it, which is pretty cool. You learn a lot like that. And, well, oh, actually, for that book thing, it's a beautiful, Jonathan Miller, I talked about him yesterday. It's a cool thing. I believe it's his own quote. He says that, well, he's been imprisonated, and he's talked about, he's been a pirate, he's been an astronaut, he's been this, he's been that. He's lived 1,000 lives, all because he's read. And I was like, whoa, that sounds cool. You know, like, he knows so much, and he's been this, he's been that, he's been in situations I haven't, so he probably knows how to react in ways that I wouldn't know. And he has different mindsets that I wouldn't have thought of. So read, people. But basically, yeah, she presented me that book during that time period. I was a high schooler, you know, junior going into senior, and I read it. I didn't understand a thing. Now I have a way better understanding, but during that moment I didn't get it. It was hard. But see, like, that book was presented to me, and later on that book was presented to me again. You know, I just thought it was funny that it was already presented to me, you know, and now it's telling me again, and then a third, and then a fourth, which was like 4 or 5 times that it was presented to me before I actually start to just, well, before I just downloaded it. So this is all proof from my life story that I could apply to books I've read and to other people's success stories. I'm just telling you mine. So believe in whatever you're doing, and understand that this universe, God, whatever you believe in, has a plan for you. Trust me, I've seen it, I believe it. You know, at least if you don't believe it, that's what I'm believing. If you don't believe, well, I'm sorry. But at least develop a good mindset where you believe that you could get through things in a way that a lot of people can't, and that's why they happen to you instead of other people. Because whatever you're going through, you're able to handle it. If you probably look at other people, your friends, would they be able to handle what you're trying to do? So just think about that. These are things that I think about, and a lot of people don't. And I just, you know, that's a conscious decision that I'm making. I really am. So that's what I want to tell you guys today. In case you're wondering where I'm headed, you know, not only did I want to make a quick video, but I want to go to the library and print out my dream board. I don't have a board, but I do have a dream. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. You know, I could copy things, but it wouldn't be the same. So I want to, and I don't have a computer or a printer or anything. Really, all I have is a phone. But I want to go over there and print out images where, you know, I see myself living in my future. Maybe like a beach, like a private jet, some guy wearing a nice suit, you know, eating a nice dinner at a nice, you know, expensive place, or looking at a balcony with a nice view, something like that. Anyways, that's what I'm gonna go do, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Alright? By the way, I will talk about manifestation and visualization probably some other time, maybe tomorrow. I don't know, just because that's where I'm leaving off. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and stay blessed. I'm at the library and counting my change before I print out any pictures because the computers are full. I never thought the library would get full.